there's not a lot of keys, and they open doors for me. You know what I mean? So, but once I walked through them, I had to be like, all right, yo, thanks, and then be out.
Before Mac Miller landed himself on XXL Freshman List for 2011 alongside Kendrick, Lamar, and Meek Mill. Before he would burst onto the rap scene at the age of 18 and land a recording contract with Rostrum Records. Before Mac Miller was sued by Lord Finesse for $10 million, a man he had long looked up to. Before he would battle with addiction to alcohol, drugs, and an endless thirst for sizzurp. A self-taught musician, Mac Miller, he knows how to play the piano, the drums, the guitar, and slap a bit of the bass. Growing up, he dreamed of becoming a singer-songwriter, but no one was really feeling his voice. Then, during one weed-smoking session, he spit a rap to a beat, and everyone was impressed at how good it was, including himself. From there, he was hooked on rapping and would rob and steal to afford himself studio time. He would go to school just to hand out CDs and promote his music career, and at that time, well, he was going by the name Easy Mac. My name's Michael McCrudden, documenting the life of Mac Miller prior to fame, here for you at Before They're Famous. Now, this one's been a long time coming. You guys have been asking for this one a whole bunch, so here you go. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you're enjoying this channel. Also, be sure to let me know in the comments down below who's next. And by the way, if I can ask you guys a favor, if you see people asking for videos that have already been done, just let them know it's been done. It would help me out a whole bunch.
Well, let's see, I puked inside my mouth and swallowed it. That was
what?
Like I threw up.
On stage?
Well, just in my mouth and then swallowed it.
Malcolm James McCormick was born on January 19, 1992 in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. He was raised in Point Breeze by his mother, Karen Mayers, a photographer, and his father, Mark McCormick, an architect. His father a Christian and his mother Jewish, Miller was raised Jewish and had a bar mitzvah. The young Malcolm, well, he became obsessed with music and started teaching himself how to play instruments at the age of 6. He dreamt of becoming a singer-songwriter, but no one was really feeling his voice. His family and his friends, they weren't supporting him. Growing up, he was definitely a rule breaker and developed a taste for smoking cigarettes early on, having his first in the 3rd grade and smoking weed for the first time in the 5th.
I'm a nasty dude.
He attended Winchester Thurston School and then Taylor Alderdice High School and was a bit of a troublemaker around town. At one point, he got arrested after crashing a house party. Another time, he got caught trying to sneak across the Canadian border. I have no idea what he was trying to do here. I mean, I live in Canada, it's not that great. I guess the drinking age is a little younger, but he still wasn't old enough. Malcolm first discovered his interest and talent in rap during a weed smoking session with his pals at the age of 14. There was a beat playing in the background and something just came over him. I guess it was the weed. He decided to spit his first freestyle. All of a sudden the room stopped, everyone was really impressed, including himself, and from there he was hooked. Now he knew that if he was going to make it in music, he had to make it happen soon. So all of a sudden he began pouring all of his resources and all his time into his rap. Then his schooling and his interest in sports, well, everything else, it fell by the wayside. He would show up at school looking tired as hell and tell his friends he was up all night rapping and writing. Slowly but surely, his attendance, it diminished to practically never being there, and the days he would show up, he'd spend his entire time at the back of the class sketching in his notebook, his raps. To pay for studio time and to put together for himself a mixtape, he would make sure to grab a television or anything else worth value while he attended house parties. Him and his buddies, they would also invite girls over, and when they weren't looking, they would rob their purses to get some cash. On top of this, Mac was also a shady weed dealer. He'd sell crappy stuff for high price, and you know, that extra money went to his music. He hooked up with a friend known as Beatty, who shared his passion for music, and the two formed the Ill Spoken. Around this time, Mac Miller was known by everyone as Easy Mac. Miller first found success through his solo mixtape, But My Mac It Ain't Easy, which he dropped when he was only 15. Ill Spoken then experienced some success with their mixtape How High, featuring DJ Diggs and Rated R. The two also booked some opening gigs for other artists, including Soulja Boy. By now, school was hardly a priority for Mac Miller. He would still show up at the end of the day to hand out CDs and promote his next act. Then sometime around now, his grandfather, he passed away, and Mac Miller got a little bit of inheritance. With that, he was able to put down the down payment and purchase for himself an apartment, and he bought one right beside the school. So although he was close to school, he was only going there for what benefited his music. Remarkably, his less than stellar attendance record, it didn't stop him from graduating. The guy was pretty charming. His Kids mixtape became his breakthrough when it was released on August of 2010, earning plenty of attention from hip-hop blogs and landing Miller a recording contract with Rostrum Records. Then together they released his debut EP, On and Beyond, and his debut album, Blue Side Park. And in 2011, this album, it debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200. And the rest of the story, well, you know the story because this is Before They're Famous. My name is Mike McCrudden. Thanks for checking out my personal channel. I do all sorts of celebrity bios on here. I'm doing a lot of rappers. I also do porn stars. I also do YouTubers, actors, singers, comedians. anybody who's anybody. So let me know in the comments down below who you want to hear about next, and I'll be sure to get to it. And the holidays are approaching, guys. Hope you guys have a great holiday season. All right, see you in the next video.
Well, just in my mouth and then swallowed it.
Did the audience know?
Oh, my pants fell down one time.
You forgot about that?